Time has been so expensive nowadays. Our world has run so fast and people are so obsessed in getting more things done in lesser time. We have instant noodle, instant coffee, or even a feature of instant beauty in our cell phone's camera. Almost everything is designed to give us more free time to ourselves. But we have to admit that certain things cannot be made instant. For example, the process of building a relationship, changing mindset and behavior, raising child, or growing both physically and spiritually. In Acts chapter 9, verse 17 to 31, we see a very tough process which faced by Paul the Apostle before he knew his name as a saint. He was a disciple of a teacher of the Jewish law called Gamaliel back then, and he persecuted the disciples of the Lord. On his journey to Damascus, he met Jesus and lost his sight after that. He was taken care of by the disciples in Damascus, and he regained his sight after Ananias laid his hand on him. He was baptized, and after staying several days in Damascus, he began to proclaim Jesus as the Son of God in the synagogues. All who heard him were amazed, and he became increasingly more powerful. But after some time, the Jews plotted to kill him that he had to secretly go out to the town by hiding in a basket. When he had arrived in Jerusalem, he attempted to join the disciples there, but they were afraid of him, for they did not believe that he was a disciple. Fortunately, Barnabas helped him and brought him to the apostles. On the next few chapters, we can still find out that his journey to find a safe place hadn't finished yet, and he experienced so many sufferings whilst proclaiming the gospel. Apostle Paul is now indeed counted as one of the founders of the early church. Anyone sees him as a great apostle, an example in faith, and a man of great service in proclamation of gospel. But before he gained such honor as a faithful disciple, he was just an ex-murderer whose faith was doubted by the other disciples, and a fugitive who was targeted by the Jews to be killed. After his repentance and baptism, he did not suddenly become a great apostle. He went through a lot of hardships and crises, was persecuted several times, went from one jail to another. But through all that process, he grew as a great leader of the church and faithful disciples of God. In growing in faith, we probably have to go through a long process, including the ups and downs with God. And it's understandable because our true relationship with God cannot be built in just one night. We might find hardships and difficult times, or even keep doubting Him. But it's just part of the journey, and if we want to have strong faith in Him, there's no other way but to continue walking in Him.